Hey there YouTube, this is Elite Master with another video review. This time I'll be taking a look at the awesome looking over here Gundam Age 2 Normal. This guy looks awesome. As you can see, he doesn't have his wings on his side yet. Just gonna leave those off until I'm done with the articulation. But first let's look at the plastic color, shall we? You see he gets nice regular Gundam blue, red, and yellow. A nice white, some gray. That's it for plastic colors. Well, you can see in the head, the red under the eyes is a plastic. Awesome. You put the sticker above. Even that little red jewel right there is plastic. Camera is a sticker. Those two green parts on the head, sticker, eye sticker. There's supposed to be one in the back of the head, but I lost it. Chest sticker, as is the norm. Get two black stickers on the inside of these vents, and I believe that's it for stickers. But as you can see, even like his cheeks and underneath the chin, that's a nice gray piece of plastic. Very nice. Good color separation on this guy as well. So yeah, he's pretty awesome looking. Let's give you a nice 180 here, 360, whatever. Now then, let's go over his articulation. His head's on a double ball joint, so forward and back, side to side, rotate 360. It is a little loose on that joint right there, but nothing little super glue can't fix. His arms move up and down, forward and back, same joint as the Age 1. Rotate. There's a flap that opens up. You can move his arms out that far, altogether that high. Rotate here, double jointed elbow, pretty good. Hands on a ball joint, rotates and wiggles. There's no joint in the torso right here. I'll show you why later for the transformation. Yes, transformation. His waist is on a ball joint, moves forward and back, side to side a bit if you pull it out. Rotates 360, no hindrances at all. Front skirts molded together as a ball joint. You can separate them. Side skirts can move way up because of transformation, and even have a wing here. You can move, back skirts move, hips forward and back like this, forward and back, side to side, up, back, in and out, really good. Rotate at the hip, bend the knees at two joints. First joint will bend that far, second joint will bend that far, so all together that far. And that's unfortunate, that huge hollow place right here. But I understand why it's there from the transformation. But, you know, it's pretty damn ugly. Next, he has this moving ankle armor right here. Not ankle armor, like shin armor, I guess. And his feet are on a nice polycap joint in there. They can move forward, back, rotate at that joint, and a ball joint at the foot. Moves forward, back, side to side a bit. And it can rotate side to side really good. The toe can move down. And I believe that's it for his articulation. So he can get the split just as good, if not better, than the 00. So yeah, rock that. Alright, now let's take a look at him with his wings on. He's got 4 of these wings right here. Just peg in on either side of the shoulder. They're not polycap, these are pieces of gray plastic, which I think is weird, but you know, whatevs, they're still there. Also, I'll tell you a little something about the wings as well, but they have some articulation. They can rotate and move in and out, and they don't normally have this joint in there that lets the wing move out like that, because there's a piece of plastic on the inside of these blue pieces that keep it from moving, but I broke that so that the wings can move up. I suggest you do too if you want the wings to look awesome when they're deployed. And they can move out like that, and the blue piece of armor on the shoulder can rotate back and forth so you can get them out of the way. So even though there are wings on either side of his shoulder, they don't get in the way as much as you'd think they would. And they offer him this really awesome looking silhouette. Like if you get him in this like X wing pose right here, he looks pretty damn cool. Overall, I like the aesthetic. Now then, for his accessories, he's got quite a few. Well, not quite a few, but some. He's got his new looking beam rifle, the scope right there on the bottom of the barrel, because it's supposed to be held like this, which is weird. This piece moves out. You can see the handle right there. Just goes into his hand. You just straighten the handle out and then close this up on it to keep it in place. Very nice looking. It's a very long rifle. If you put it straight down to the bottom of his leg, then it goes past his foot, so he can't even stand with it straight down. But it's nice. And you can, if you take it out, 2 pegs right there. It'll peg into the back skirt like that, and you just gave your H2 a tail. A butt gun. Butt gun. He does have clear pink beams for his beam sabers that I put away. I'll take them out in a bit. But you might be wondering, where are the beam sabers? You don't see them on the backpack or the side skirts. They are on the back skirt. Let me just take this off. Simple polycap joint there. But you can see them right there on the inside of the back skirts. These things are a pain in the ass to take out if it's still attached to the back. So I like to unpeg it, and then you can just pull the beam sabers out. It's a nice place to put them. They're non-obtrusive. They're hidden, actually, pretty damn well. And, you know, they don't stick out all over the place like most beam sabers do. Like for the RX-78, you have beam sabers just jutting out from the back. You don't have that with this guy. He does have 2 clear pink beams. Just, you know, the type of beam that became popular in 00 Season 1, the flat beam. Right there. He's got 2 of those, so you know, if you want him in beam sabers, you can. He holds them pretty damn well. He also has 2 alternate hands for the left hand. 1 open hand that we've seen with the Age 1 as well. Nice open hand with that bent joint right there. Good detail. And a closed fist, which we have seen with the Age 1 Spalo. Looks almost exactly the same too, with those sharp knuckles. I'm not a huge fan of this one just because there's very little detail in that part underneath it. Like the fingers themselves look nice, but it's not that great. Now then, he does come with a stand. Nice little white stand here. He has a plug on the bottom of his crotch. Just take that out and you can plug him in, and he sits up there pretty good. In better pose than this, but you know. And what's neat is on the bottom of the stand you got 2 parts here that you can use to store the hands that you aren't using. So you know, storage there if you can get them in. Hand storage, very nice. And a hole right there that you can put the plug from the crotch in. And a peg that you can take the extra piece. This is going to be used for transformation. Well, parts formation right there. So you can have every single thing on this stand if it's not equipped to the Gundam outside of the beam sabers. That's nice. And speaking of transformation, actually let's do a comparison first. We need that later. But here's the Gundam Age 2 normal, and of course the only comparison I'm going to be doing is to the Gundam Age 1 normal, and he is actually a lot taller. He's at least a good maybe half a head taller than the Age 1, which is pretty neat. I like the height difference here. And he does have a good amount of similar detail, but he's so different looking from the Age 1. You can tell they're pretty much very similar, not just the colors, but the A on the chest, the way the head looks. Oh, and one more accessory I forgot to show off on this guy, which I'll get to right now, is the shield, the puny little mini shield. You see the size of the Age 1 here. His shield's awesome and huge, and it's not even half. But it does peg into his arms. He's got a same mechanism as the Age 1. He's got that slot. You can peg into the back of the arm, or you can pull the slot out, rotate it, and peg it into the side. And we're just going to leave it like that for now, but take the shield off because that's for transformation. Now then, outside of the comparison, so let's get on with this parts formation. What you want to do, take the arms off, grab the hips, and pull that whole joint out with the hips right there. Get to that later. And now here's the only part of the actual transformation in the body, is you take this, you grab it by the red piece, because if you just grab it by the hips, right here, you're probably going to pull it out by the ball joint. But if you grab by the red piece, you pull it out. You see there's a nice hinge there. I guess you could rotate it there if you wanted, no reason why. But you move it up, and there are these two pegs on the back skirt. I'm going to peg into those holes, like that. Very nice and neat. And the head, that yellow piece, the collar, is on a hinge that's going to move down. Just hide the head in. Well, not hide it, but collapse it in. Then you take the side skirts, move them all the way up to the front, bring down the wing, and the chest is done. Now then, you take the beam rifle here. There's this piece on the back that you can pull out. Then you rotate it, make sure this peg is facing upward, and you got those grips right there. Slide it in all the way, like that. Then you can take the beam rifle's handle, put it straight, and that's going to be a peg that's going to fit into a hole in its chest. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Just fit that in there. And you got the whole body of the Gundam's mobile armor mode ready. Now then, onto the legs. And take the legs, take them off of the hips here. And these can also store onto the back of the stand. Take this here, make sure you got that little notch facing upward. And these pieces in the back. Then you take the legs, just connect them. Take the foot. The toes go like this. And the legs bend upward like that, like is, you know, standard with most transformable mobile suits. The legs almost always bend in this odd shape. Take that, then just connect it in same way. It shows in the instructions that if you wanted to, you can take the same plug and put it in there. But it's not much point since you're going to be putting this guy in the action base anyway. And then for the arms, you take the flap on the shoulder, move it up, move the wings out like so. Straighten the arms out. You're going to want to, let me see, this is the left arm. So just rotate the fist forward like this. Flatten the shoulder armor, and you'll see there's a nice sticker right here, this gray sticker. And you got the poly cap here. It's going to peg in like so. And it doesn't show this in the instructions, but I like to take the fist, and there has a nice little gap right there in the back of the leg. And they sort of line up. You can kind of hide the fists. Kind of. Not really, but you can kind of. And that's half of the body. Take the other half. Do the same thing here. Just fold the arm up, fold the wings. And just connect the hands, arms, whatever. But here you can see what I mean, like with the way the knuckles fit into the back of the calves right here, you can have a nice streamlined look effect right here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, oh, the shield, you just peg it in wherever you want, doesn't really matter, on either arm. Makes it asymmetrical, but whatever, you know. It doesn't really, it's not as obtrusive as you think it would be, but it's there. Then, if you wish, if you broke those pegs, you can spread the wings out. Give it this nice X-wing formation. And there is the Gundam Age 2 in its flight mode. And you can rotate the base right there. There's another peg here. Plugs into the back. Same place that it normally would. And there you have its flight mode. It's actually a nice flight mode, if you ask me. It's nice mobile armor mode. You can see it's very streamlined, actually. Except for the head and the fact that these are obviously legs. It's a pretty convincing, like, vehicle mode, if you ask me. But it's a good look around on them. And that's about it. Like I said, you can put all the stuff on the base. And the way it is, you can kind of tilt it. So give it more of a dynamic look in the air. But yeah, That's the Gundam Age 2 normal. I highly recommend you pick this guy up. I got mine at HLJ, and you should too. Catch y'all later.